Hi, karibuni sana. Welcome to Beyond Our Bodies. Nyakio Kabue here. With me today is a guest. Today is Asholek, no Arthur. So, with me is Anne Marcy, and today's topic is about attitude of gratitude. I have met Anne Marcy not once, like 5 times. And when I thought of this topic of attitude of gratitude, she came to my head. Every time I meet Anne Marcy, she'll mention of something that happened to her life last week. And she's like, Abigail, actually this and this happened, and I'm so grateful for it. I would want her to share some snippets of how she does it, how being grateful has changed her life, because I'm so sure it's different when you're not thankful, and it's also another way when you're thankful. So Anne Mercy, karibu sana. Guys, you remember the smoothie I told you about? I taught you about. Imagine this smoothie had fruits, it had garlic, and then it had yogurt. So from the yogurt we're getting probiotics, just a small spoons of the yogurt, and then garlic gives those anti-inflammatory effects. You can Google, and then we have fruits. Cheers, karibu sana huku.
Thank you so much for introducing me to your show, for
Guys,
inviting me.
did you hear that part of show? We are already running a show.
Exactly. And I love the smoothie. It's so sweet, guys. I'm about to finish it. Na saiza diet jaanza. Thank you so much.
Karibu sana.
So I am Anne Marcy Wedera. I'm a born again Christian. I love the Lord as my personal savior. I'm a freelancer writer. And I'm a student of life, and I love life. I love experimenting. I'm a very, very, very adventurous. At times I say I'm adventurous Anne Marcy. Yeah, that's all about me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, msimuone amenyamaza hivi. This lady, the things she's done out here. Anywho, so when I thought about the topic, attitude of gratitude, generally the term is being thankful for things that happen in your life, no matter how big or how small they are. And I was sharing with Anne Marcy my story of attitude of gratitude. Like from my home, there's this culture of, like, a culture that my dad taught us. Every 31st of December, we would have this big counter book, and then my dad would tell us, you know what, write everything. Like everyone would be given a page, Abigail, Maxwell, blah blah, like write everything you think you want God to do for you the next year. And at times, so every time, like every 31st, my dad would ensure by the way tuko kwa nyumba, and that thing sounded so boring for me, by the way. Like haikuwa inanimakia sense, and years later it's when it started like making sense for me. And I remember now we would look into that counter book, like the other year 31st, as we write like our new year things we'd want God to do. And so every point we wrote would like write a percentage, 10%, 20, 70, how you think. Nata zenye hazikutimika, God, my dad insisted, you know what, you just write something. So this culture, I was also sharing with Anne Marcy that it is a culture I would want to pass to my generation. You know, being thankful for even people who know me well, know that manze hata ile kitu ndogo inafanyika, me I'm always there. Manze, I prayed for this thing, it happened. God, I am so grateful. Tell us about you, Anne Marcy. How was it before you started? When did you start this culture of, like, the way I have known you? Unajua chenye nasema.
I know. Okay, I'll say attitude of gratitude to me means like having consciously deciding to be positive about the slightest thing that happened in your life, being appreciative of anything and anyone who makes your life vibrant, who makes something out of your life. And The attitude of gratitude I started back in 2020. It was so odd because nobody had a lot of things to be grateful for, because our lives just came to a
COVID.
stop.
Yeah.
And I was just in the house and I'm like, what am I grateful for?
Yeah.
Why am I here? Why am I grateful? And then every time in the news you're just hearing number of cases, the number of people who have died, the number of people who have lost their jobs.
Yeah.
And it was chaotic. Personally, I couldn't find anything to be grateful for, because no one is working, no one is allowed to go outside, and the world has just come to an end. Everything is just there. They were just living and surviving. But I just came to myself and decided to intentionally think of something that I'm grateful for and maintain it as a culture. And through that, that will make me feel, and made me feel alive. It made me feel like I'm living for something, because everywhere you're going, it's just cases after cases after cases. People are losing their jobs. People are just complaining. Like, everyone was complaining, left, right, and center. And I just decided, for me to survive well in this season, for me to have the right mindset in this season, I need to be grateful for something. Something has to count. Something has to make me just wake up in the morning and say, oh, it's a new day. Let me just, I'm enthusiastic about this day. So that's when I started having a gratitude journal and embracing that attitude of gratitude in whatever I do. Before that, my life was just there. I was just living and being oblivious of whatever was happening in my life, and just taking chances for granted. I used to just say it's normal for people to it's normal to wake up in the morning, it's normal to have good health, it's normal to have friends, it's normal to have friends that care about you, it's normal to do anything and everything. But then after writing and having that culture, I just realized it's not normal.
Yeah,
it's a blessing to have health.
Indeed.
It's a blessing to have a shelter. It's a blessing to have food on the table. It's a blessing. We should never take things for granted. And that's what an attitude for gratitude and having a gratitude journal has done for me. Okay. Appreciating each and every single moment.
If I may ask, like I shared in my case, I was taught how to write and literally go back to it and see what exactly happened, what didn't happen. Sometimes, before I haven't told you, sometimes I look at things I wrote like 3 years ago. You see, I wrote, but they happened, but it didn't occur to me that I had actually written. And then I'm like, oh God, this was also answered. So would you share probably, how do you do it? Do you have a write-up? Do you journal? How do you do it?
Well, one, I have different notebooks to start with, because journaling has become part of me. Because kitambo, I thought journaling was just the Western culture thingy, and us as Africans, we're like, roho ngumu, there's nothing like journaling, that's too whitish. But I started doing it, and just like, for me, I always have a gratitude journal, I have a prayer journal, and I have of course the normal notebook where I write any other stuff that happens in my life. But for gratitude, I'm intentional about it. I write what I'm grateful for. I used to write what I'm grateful for during that day. Either it's waking up and being healthy, having friends, having a loving family around me, any activity that happened that maybe somebody did something for me, and I write the feeling that came with that action. If somebody gave me a gift, how did I feel when I was given that gift? Did I feel appreciated? Did I feel loved? Did I feel encouraged? Every feeling that I felt, I write it. And you can do it in a different way. It doesn't have to be the same way I do. You can just write, I'm grateful for my mom. I'm grateful because my mom did this and this, and that's all. I'm grateful because my friend brought me breakfast. I'm grateful because my friend came to visit me, or my friends did a surprise birthday party for me. Because for me, when I started writing journals, and there's a time I'm just bored in the house and I'm like, let me just look at my journals. And for me, it's a way of documenting my life. Like, I go like, wow, there's somebody who did this thing for me, and you may not even be in touch with that someone right now, but that just reading at whatever you wrote and whatever action they did to you makes you feel like makes you feel, makes you appreciate that person. Even in the absentia, your heart is grateful because they did something for you, and you like, you really meant something for me during that time, and I'm grateful for you, even if I may not tell you, but I'm really grateful. Journaling has also made me appreciate the important people in my life, even strangers. Like, you know, we always like, don't, when we grew up, we were being told don't talk to strangers. Strangers are bad, strangers are, but at times strangers are angels.
Yeah,
Like
true.
some,
I agree.
like a stranger can just come to you and just tell you some good kind words, and maybe you're feeling low, but through those words they will make you, they may not even realize it, but when you go back to your place and just sit down and just write whatever that stranger meant to you and whatever words they gave you, what those words made you feel, it will make you appreciate them in their absentia. And what matters is the feeling. The feeling is always the fundamental thing. How you felt is always the essential thing in everything, because you were like, oh, this guy did this to me, I really appreciate it. It's the same way. Even a kid can make you feel appreciated some certain type of way.
Lesson learned. We are here. We are being combed east, west, north, tunachanuliwa wase.
Like the slightest thing that you think it doesn't matter, it does. A kid can make you feel alive. They can give you a sense of purpose during that day. It doesn't have to be for a longer period of time, because we have this culture where we just want to appreciate big things that are happening in our lives. Like, I've gotten that promotion, I've gotten a car, I've gotten married, I've married the love of my life, and we assume the little things that matter, because I have a friend who will say, let's not focus on we tend to focus on the major and ignore the minor things, but in real sense, the minor things are the ones that really impact our lives, because the way I treat you, the way I talk to you, the small things that I do to you, they're the things that will impact your life on a daily basis, because you can't buy a car each and every single day. You can't get promoted each and every single day. But I'll treat you in a kind way. I'll make you laugh. I'll make you feel appreciated each and every single day. The small things that I do are the ones that are going to make you feel alive, have a sense of belonging. And those are the things that we are grateful for. And those are the things
small
that
things
the
that
small
happen on our day-to-day activities.
Yeah, those are the things that we really need to be grateful for. And that's the attitude of gratitude for me. And those are the things that you need to write in your journal. Like, just be intentional with these things. Like, let's say a friend of you just said, by the way, today you made me smile. Like, you didn't know what your friend was going through, but the fact that you made them smile, it was the fundamental thing of their life.
Yeah.
So before my life before the gratitude lifestyle, it was just chaotic and just oblivious. I was just oblivious and thought that I'm just there. That's my life before. And my life after, that was back in 2020. Now it's 2 years. I can say my life has transformed. Like, the attitude of gratitude has given me a chance to, having a gratitude journal has made me even relive the moments that I used to have. Like, I can go to a book and just open my 2020 life. I would relive that moment. I would see it and picture it the way it was, just because I wrote it somewhere. I wrote maybe, let's say, for example, there's a time I was with my friends at my house and we stayed for a certain number, like we stayed till 1 p.m. just talking. We had this, and then I can relive that moment. It's just fulfilling knowing that you can go back. It's like documenting your life. It's like documenting your life. Another thing that attitude of gratitude has made me, it has made me become conscious of each and everything that is happening in my life. Like, I don't take things for granted. Even if a stranger came and said, "Oh, you look good today. I love the way you dressed." That will lighten up my spirit. And I'll just go and say, a stranger told me I looked good. There's a way it just makes you feel. that's what a gratitude journal
Yeah.
does to you. It makes you feel moments that you never thought you'll feel again. Another thing, it's to me, it's a way of relieving my stress when things are chaotic in my life, because we all have those moments where everything is not working out, nothing is working out.
Yeah.
And when you just sit down, it's you and the paper and the pen,
Yeah.
and you just write whatever you feel you're grateful for.
Yeah.
In the midst of chaos, you'll still have something to thank God for. You'll still have something to thank even your friends for, and even yourself. At times I just realized, there's a time I realized I thank a lot of people for whatever things they've done to me, but I never thank myself.
People, self-love.
Yeah.
Attitude of gratitude is teaching us
Self-love. Like, you maybe it's, let's say, for example, myself.
Yeah.
I always go to the gym back and forth.
Yeah.
But I never took time to thank myself for even taking that step of going to the gym.
Yeah.
I have a friend who always says, whenever there's a graduation, she always says that, let me thank myself for studying. I will thank my parents for paying the school fees. I'll thank God for making me reach here, but I also thank myself for studying.
Yeah.
Because your parents can pay school fees, everything can work out for good in the outside sources, but when you're inside, you really don't want to work, you won't graduate.
True.
So thank yourself
True.
for each and everything that you're doing.
True.
In this YouTube show, thank yourself for even starting the show. Wake up and thank yourself.
The 163 subscribers we have,
thank you for that. Yeah, it's a step that, because there are some people who are out there, they always want to start, but they've never taken that leap of faith to start.
Yeah.
Thank yourself for starting whatever thing that you've already started. Thank yourself for even taking that milestone to achieve your single dream. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Hebu sip your glass of smoothie before nimalize hii yangu alafu nikuje hiyo yako. So guys, thank you and Mercy for sharing your part of attitude of gratitude.
You're welcome.
I know of some people in my circle who are, until they receive these big dreams and mercy, that is when they'll be thankful, or even say, like, be loud. And then one thing I told myself, I will never be silent about me thanking God. I will be loud about it. Being loud about it is probably sharing to 10 people. And I remember saying, I don't have to wait until I get this Lamborghini. I don't have to wait until I get this dream thing that someone else feels. Until I get there, that's when I'll be thankful. No, I made a smoothie. I bought fruits. I got myself clothes. I got myself something that I was saving for. I have mental health. I'm grateful. So in today's in today's video, I wanted to emphasize on the attitude of gratitude. And I feel like it's the moment when you're thankful about something small that God anakuanga zile za, until you're thankful about something small, God anakuanga zile za, that's my child, she was thankful about that small thing. Let me add it unto her. Let me multiply unto her whatever she had. And I think we also have Bible scriptures about being grateful. Yeah, so I think that's all for today. And guys, and okay,
how to write this?
Okay, so being thankful for even the small things that we have. And I think Mercy can add something also on how to journal. Yeah, how to journal that part of being grateful. Yes, and Mercy.
Okay, whatever I'm going to say is not one size fits all. You will apply it according to your liking. So when I first started, I used to do it every day. Like, I just wake up. Mostly I used to do after the day during the evening. So I used to just think about whatever has happened in the day, and then I just journal. Woke up safe and sound.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for somebody who brought me breakfast. I'm grateful for a walk we took with someone, and our solo walk I took by myself. And then it came to a certain moment where I didn't do it. So the daily journaling, it became too much for me. I guess the activities of my day were so tired. So I had a lot to do during the day. So when at night I want to journal, I'm just exhausted, and I'm not doing it. I did it for almost a month, not journaling, and then I realized I'm losing my culture.
Yeah.
You know, they say a habit is made within 21 days,
Yeah.
but a lifestyle is made after 90 days. So I realized 21 days have passed, and if I continue, I'll make not journaling my lifestyle.
Yeah.
So I decided to do it in a more efficient way to fit my lifestyle. So you can do that daily, each and every evening. Some prefer in the morning when they wake up, but in the morning I'm always in a rush.
Yeah.
So I can't get time to journal in the morning, so I prefer at night.
Yeah.
But if you can't do it during the daily, if you can't do it daily, I can recommend you do it like
Weekly?
excuse me. Yeah, you can do it weekly, but
Yeah.
the con of doing it weekly, I feel like you at times you don't get every detail. Like you can miss whatever happened on Monday. You
Okay.
can miss whatever, and you're really grateful about that day, but you can miss it by the time you're coming to maybe Saturday or Sunday. You would have missed whatever had happened on Monday. So the most efficient way I saw it was like you journal after 3 days.
Yeah.
Like you say, I'm gonna skip Monday, Tuesday, I'll journal on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I'm gonna skip Thursday and Friday, I'll journal on Saturday evening.
Yeah.
That way I was able to capture the important moments that happened during that day, as well as keep the culture. So when I'm journaling, I try to feel the moments that I felt that time. If somebody made me breakfast, how did that breakfast make me feel? It made me feel appreciated, it made me feel loved, it gave me a sense of belonging. So I will write that, like, so and so made me breakfast, and that breakfast that act made me feel loved, that act made me feel appreciated. Write the feeling, because the essence of writing having a gratitude journal is expressing that feeling and reliving that feeling, because when you constantly have those feel good feelings, you'll always be high spirits. Because whatever we focus on, it will grow. So when you focus on that attitude of gratitude, those feelings of positive feelings, it will always grow in your life.
True.
Yeah, so thank you so much.
Karibu.
Yeah.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
So guys, we've learned today that we should be grateful of everything that happens in our life, no matter how small it is, no matter how big it is. Be thankful. You never know. Cheers. Imagine, do you see people who cheers when they're finishing their meal?
And cheersing smoothie.
And cheersing smoothie.
I can't wait to come back to your channel.
Karibu sana.
I can't wait.
We're gonna find more topics to
True,
discuss.
true.
Your filler filler.
Okay, that one.
That one.
I can't wait.
Cheers. Karibu sana. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank